real business owners.
Welcome back to Real Business Owners Podcast, guys. This is Trevor Cowley. I'm going to do a solo show today. Kel is out of town with his family, and I want to get into the meat and potatoes of something that I think that a lot of businesses aren't doing properly, and that's operating their Instagram account and how they're doing it, how we're doing it. I've been doing this for about a year and a half now. The first year was a huge, learning curve for me. So the Real Business Owners account didn't just happen where we set something up 3 months ago and we were able just to, start getting 11,000 followers within a 3-month time frame. You need to understand that I went through a lot of trial and error that first year under our Easier Accounting Instagram account that ultimately got shut down at 8,300 followers, or deactivated, I guess I should say. Still don't understand why that happened. If you guys ever have experienced an Instagram account that got deactivated, they'll never tell you why. They'll just say you didn't follow user guidelines. And so, again, that's something that still boggles my mind, but it is what it is. And I didn't want to waste too much of my time or efforts focusing on something that I had no control over. So I want to share with you guys this story because I think it's important, and there's a parallel in business just in general with what happened, right? So I estimated that we spent roughly about $35,000 over that year building that Instagram account between, having a videographer, the camera equipment, the boosted ads, the giveaways that we did in order to get it where it was. And when you spend that type of money and then all of a sudden it gets taken away from you, it's definitely frustrating. And I'm not going to lie and tell you that I wasn't frustrated when that happened. Super confused about it. But I'm telling you right now, focusing on the problem will never create a solution. You have to really look outside of what the issue is and try to find the lessons within inside of the problem and move forward in a positive direction. And that's what we did. I took about 2 to 3 weeks off of social media, and I said, this has to be happening for a reason. Why did that account get shut down? What is it trying to tell me? And then I had an aha moment about 2 weeks into it where I said, you know what, I should create an Easier Accounting Instagram account again, but I think I need to do something a little bit different. Show people maybe a little bit more behind the scenes of what's going on and how we're building, business after business and having the success that we have. I didn't think it was the right thing to do under the Easier Accounting account and do that under that brand, because usually when you're trying to build a brand, you want to protect it. So, I came up with a couple different ideas. I think it was, day-to-day operators, real business owners, and there was another one, I have it in my notebook. But so I was just trying to, again, game plan for the best next strategy, moving forward, because we now had a videographer on staff and it was on payroll. And, we have all this previous back content that we had been posting for that whole year. And so I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't rushing back into just setting up an Instagram account and do something improper or, go about it the wrong way. I wanted to sit back for, a couple weeks and really soul search a little bit and figure out the way or the angle that I wanted to take this new Instagram account that I thought would be a good idea. And I talked to my partners about it. We documented that. If you're following us on the Real Business Owners Instagram, which most of you are, it's one of our first posts. You'll see me kind of pitch the ideas of starting a new Instagram under a different name, sharing a little bit more behind the scenes of what we do, who we are as business owners, entrepreneurs, and individuals. So you guys can dig deep into the Instagram account. It's probably within the first 2 weeks that video was posted, and it goes over me talking about why I want to, set up that Real Business Owners Instagram account and ultimately cast a little bit wider of a net. And this brings me to my next point. Guys, the reason why I wanted to do this is because if you have a business Instagram account, it's kind of, in most cases, off-putting, right? And what I mean by that is everything that you post feels like it's posted with an agenda behind it. You're posting for a reason, and mainly everybody believes the reason that you're posting what you're posting is to try to get their business. So it almost feels like an ad. And so we were putting our logo at the bottom of every single video, every single post, trying to brand each post. And that ultimately makes it not shareable, right? Because now they're just an ambassador of your business. And immediately when they see your logo at the bottom of a video or bottom of your, motivational quote or whatever it is, it looks and feels like an ad. And so that was a huge, learning lesson for us, is you'll see far more engagement on your, motivational quotes or your videos or whatever it is if you take your logo off of it. So if you guys are Uber branding your Instagram account, understand and realize that it just feels like to a regular person that is just an entire Instagram account full of ads, and nobody wants to feel like that they're being marketed to. So that would be one of the first things that I would get rid of if that is something that you do as a business owner and under a business account. And so we removed the logo off of some of the easier accounting stuff, and immediately something that would get 30 or 40 likes would start getting 100 or 200 likes just because of the logo was removed. So it does make a big difference. It makes it far more shareable as well. And instead of maybe putting a logo on it, just put a small watermark on the quote somewhere where it says like at Real Business Owners or at Easier Accounting or whatever the name of your business is. So if somebody does decide to share it, they know where to find you. So that's one of the first things that I would do if you have a business Instagram account. Secondly, guys, a lot of people do this. I cringe when I see it, and I hit somebody's business account and they're wondering why they're not getting traction, and all it is just about you. Are you giving to people that are following you, or are you trying to take? And what I mean by that is, are you giving them real value, or all you doing is really just marketing yourself over and over and over and trying to monetize and turn that into an immediate customer? So I see that happen quite often, where the entire page is just about you and what you sell or what you do. There's nothing educational, motivational, or anything about it. Like if I'm a plumber, I don't want to just say, hey, 20% off if you call me within the next week. Again, that's just feels like an ad, and you're going to scroll right past it, and you're not going to really get that engagement that you would like to see on, a discount or whatever it may be about your business. If you're a plumber, do a video about how to, remove a toilet, or the difficult things, that you would have to do to replace some of the items within what's that the plunger thing, or what do they call that, the little bobber that's inside of the toilet that breaks, and so your water doesn't fill up. So if you're replacing that, film it a little bit and give some education behind what you're doing without asking for business. Give value to them without expecting anything in return. And so if you continue to do this on different projects, and you're just kind of explaining how you do it or what you do, that's more informative and educational, right? And so I may not call you when something is needed because you informed me on how to do something small, but if my kitchen sink breaks or something major happens, because you've been so informative and helpful, you're going to be the individual that I ultimately call, right? And so the idea behind the Real Business Owners Instagram is I just want to help business owners. And if I help them enough and bring enough value to them, whenever they need to find somebody to do bookkeeping or accounting, I'm hoping that they understand and know that I own an accounting firm, and they can either direct message us or just reach out to Easier Accounting and get a quote, right? And so again, guys, this is just give. If I earn somebody's business, great. If I don't, I don't. But it does still feel good to give and impact people in a positive way. And so that's something that I want you guys to really digest. Again, don't make it feel just like a whole bunch of ads. Don't make it be all about your business. Figure out a way to educate people and bring value to their life rather than just trying take. In other words, take their money and just turn them into a customer, so to speak. Okay. And so that's step number one, right? Is remove logos. Try not to overbrand the business account, and try to bring value in terms of, again, educating it. And no matter what it is that you do, just talk about how you do it, something that can ultimately benefit maybe the common person, right? Or anybody that would potentially be a customer. So now that we've ultimately addressed that, here's how we go about it from here. Not enough people are spending money on growing their Instagram account. And you don't have to spend a whole ton of money to be able to do this. So if you don't have a business account yet and you own a business, that's, maybe the first step is to set that up. Second step is, create a budget, whatever your budget is. Is it $200 a month that you're willing to spend to grow, your business account? Is it $500 a month that you're willing to spend to grow that account? You got to realize there's a lot of social media people out there that are more than willing to charge anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 just to run your social media. So if you can kind of figure out how to game this a little bit, which is, I spent a year and spent $30,000, and some people would say it's a waste. I call that an investment. People go to school to get educated in a specific field or subject and go into 30, 40, 50, 60 grand in student loan debt to understand a specific industry or topic, whether it's, a CPA going to school to learn how to do accounting. They come out of school, having spent that money with a specific knowledge base. The difference is I spent the money on myself and figured it out myself. So now I don't have to spend money paying somebody to do anything on social media. I get to take that knowledge with me. And, again, I look at it as an investment. I don't ever have to pay an ongoing social media company for the next, 10 years to operate that side of our businesses. But what I want you to do is I want you to let the people speak. And what I mean by that is, which posts that you've posted that have ultimately got the most likes, the most engagement. That is letting the people tell you what is the most liked post that you put out on Instagram. And so what I would do from there is I would boost that post, is what it's called. So if you have a business Instagram page, you're going to see a blue button right underneath that post that says boost, right? And you put a credit card in, and they're going to ask you want to boost this post by $5 and do it for $1 a day for 5 days? Do you want to boost it for $100, in 1 day? So you can kind of set the range. Whether you want the ad to run for 1 day to 30 days is really is the starting point, and you could set it anywhere from $1 to thousands of dollars. And so initially what I did to kind of figure this out is I would boost each post with $20, right? And then you can, on the back end of that, it says view insights, right? And so you click view insights, and what happens there is it's going to tell you how much you've already spent, and then it's going to tell you how many follows that you got out of what you spent. So for instance, if I spent $20 and I got 5 people following me, that wasn't a good post to continue to boost, if that makes sense. You want to try to be $1 or under. Most people say 50 cents is kind of the number that you're looking for. I have posts, again, I'd be willing to spend $1 to get somebody's attention, right? And you have their attention forever after that. So my magic number is $1. So if it costs me $2 to get 1 follow, I don't do it. I'll go back to a different post that I know my money is more well spent on, and just double or triple down on that post, because the numbers won't lie. I'm a big numbers guy. That, one reason why we own an accounting firm is data, right? Let the people speak, get the data, get the insights, and then make your business decisions, or even in this case, social media decisions based upon real facts and numbers. And so once you hit view insights, if I spent $20 and I got 40 followers, I know that's 50 cents a follow. And so if my budget is, and that's the best performing one that I boosted out of 10 different posts, I'm going to circle back to that and use my entire budget for the month on that one post. So I'm going to go back to that and I'm going to throw $500 or $200 just on that one post over the next 30 days. And again, you could set 30 days and $500 so that you don't have to constantly monitor it and it's just kind of doing its thing. But you'll want to view the insights every so often, just making sure it's still performing at 50 cents or so a follow. But anything, and again, if you post something 2 weeks out and you're getting a lot of likes and a lot of engagement, just throw a quick $5 at that and boost it and see if you can get 5 or 10 follows off of it. And again, utilize those analytics to your advantage and then circle back and boost that post with another $100 or $200. And this is ultimately, you're just kind of playing with real data, and you're letting the people speak and tell you what they ultimately gravitate towards and what they like. And at that point, you have their attention for a long, long time. And again, I wouldn't try to monetize. In other words, take somebody's attention and turn it into an immediate customer. Just continue to give value, give value, give value. And if they need something, they'll send you a direct message. They'll reach out. But I'm telling you guys, it does feel good to make an impact on people and to give. So you'll see people, go into your direct message and say, "Oh, thank you so much for that video. It was so informative. I appreciate what you do." And that in of itself, I always say money fills up the bank account, but impact fills up the soul, right? So if you're helping people, guys, that right there will bring value to your life, even if it doesn't mean it's represented in a dollar amount, so to speak. So guys, when you're boosting these posts, what you're going to see is you're going to see a bunch of likes come through, okay? So let's say, for instance, again, $20, you get 40 followers or even 20 followers. So you're at $1 a follow. You might get, 50 likes off of that. And if you look at those likes on that video or that post, they might not be following you. So what I did at first is I would click on their profile, and if it's not private, I would go in and like some of their posts, comment on some of their posts, and you can even go as far as saying, "Hey, appreciate your support, give us a follow. I give tons of value in terms of plumbing," or whatever it may be. And if you ever need anything, send me a message. And again, just be genuine about what it is that you're doing. But you should look at every single like that you get as a lead, right? And if you utilize that as a lead, so to speak, and have that mindset, because you spent money on that like, let's be real. You had to boost that post to get that individual to see what it is that you do. So utilize that to your advantage. Go in there, engage with that individual. And a lot of times within 5 or 10 minutes of engaging or going in and liking some of their posts, you can refresh your Instagram and you'll see that they came back and followed you. So again, this will basically be a bigger ROI on that $20 or whatever it is on that boosted post. So just so you guys understand, I do have a private Instagram account. It's mainly for, pictures of me and my family, this, that, the other. But the reason why I'm telling you that is I utilized my personal Instagram account to be one of the first people to engage on some of my business accounts. Nobody wants to be the first person to the party, right? So if you don't have a whole lot of likes or comments, people are going to be less likely to start engaging. So if you have a business account and you have a personal account, you should be going right over to your personal account, liking your business post and commenting, love this it sounds kind of corny. It is what it is, but you got to do what you got to do for you and your business and your family. So you come over, you like it, you comment, and then you comment back underneath the business. That gives you 2 comments right there on that post. Okay. Again, it just depends on how bad you want it. Again, people don't want to be the first one to the party, but if they see a couple comments on a post already, they don't know that that's you. So they might be more willing to start engaging with you since they saw somebody else engage and you engaged back. So comment on your own stuff is something that I would highly, highly recommend. And again, show people that they're not the first one to the party. And let their guard down a little bit so that they can start engaging with you. Another thing, guys, once you start doing this stuff, and again, non-branded post, giving value, boosting your post, using the likes as leads, and going in there engaging with people, sending DMs, when they do comment on a post, say, hey, we appreciate your support, all that good stuff. You'll every so often you'll want to do giveaways and things like that, but you guys gonna have to set boundaries. That's one thing that I had to do recently in my home, because we're growing so fast, and I'm trying to keep up with all the direct messages and all the comments. For the first 20 or 30 minutes in the morning, I wake up, I'm trying to keep up. Last thing at night, I'm trying to keep up. So I had to set boundaries from 6:30 to 8:30. Me and my wife, made a commitment where we don't have our cell phones on us during that time. This stuff can consume you, and I don't want this to turn into a negative thing in your life, because it definitely can. You have to be able to take control back. These phones control us all day, every day. It's in our hands. We're constantly looking at it. So this is more of a life thing rather than an Instagram thing. I would also try to set some boundaries there, because you're going to want to constantly follow up, especially if you're spending money. You're going to want to keep a track of all these likes that are coming in. You're going to want to engage with those people, try to turn the like into a follow. As I stated, going in there, commenting, liking their stuff, and encouraging them to follow your business account. But guys, it can consume you. So make sure that you do a good job of setting boundaries. So that you don't get burned out. That's one of my biggest concerns is burning myself out on this social media stuff. And I don't ever want that to happen. I'm trying to do a good job of keeping up with everything that's going on. One of my biggest fears is not being able to reply to somebody, because, I appreciate your guys' support so much, and the encouragement that you guys give us so much, that I want to show love back. And I'm going to continue to try to do that for as long as I possibly can do that. If you guys have questions in regards to this episode, again, my biggest fear is I'm not going to be able to keep up within the next 6 months. I want whoever's listening and engaging and a part of this community right now to get as much value out of us as they possibly can. And again, this is one reason why we're doing the podcast, is so that, we can add more extended value rather than 60-second clips or 30-second clips, and just kind of give you guys nuggets. We want to really help you guys grow and know that you're not alone in this business game. This shit ain't easy. It's stressful. It takes a certain type of person to be able to go through this and stick it out and pop out the other side to see success. But again, guys, my main concern is it can feel lonely at times in this business game. You could feel, stress, frustration. All of that stuff is just part of it. And I want to try to excel the learning curve as much as I possibly can. And that's the reason why, we're doing the podcast. That's the reason why we're doing the Instagram stuff. And hopefully by default, by giving, it'll circle back and maybe help our accounting company. And any of you business owners out there that need bookkeeping or accounting or tax prep, or even have questions and ever wonder if your CPA or accountant is doing a good job and doing right by you, that you could call us or send us a message and say, hey, does this sound normal? So we are here for you, and I will be here for you for as long as I possibly can be, before I just get overwhelmed and am not able to keep up, with all of the questions that are coming in. But I believe that this is, again, don't turn your Instagram into just pure ads, Uber branding it. Be real, be genuine, give good advice, boost your post. If you're not willing to invest into your business, you're not going to get a return. Too many people are wanting to, save money on expenses. If you're cutting expenses and trying to use, like, for instance, an Instagram bot, you're not going to get, long-term success. It doesn't feel as genuine to follow, then unfollow an account, or have a bot go in and slide into the DMs. Oh, hey, how's the weather where you're at, or whatever it is. That's not a genuine way to grow it. And if you're just trying to pay somebody, $50 or $100 a month to have a bot grow your business account, don't expect to have a ton of success, with that. Put real time and effort into it. You shortcut anything, you're shortcutting your ROI. There's no fast track to success. There's no fast track to the social media game. It's going to take a long time to see good results. But as long as you're genuine and you really want to give value, it'll come full circle and you'll earn business that maybe you wouldn't have earned otherwise. Appreciate you guys. And again, if there's anything that I can do for you within the next, month or two, make sure that you send me a message in the DM on the Real Business Owners account, and I'll do everything that I can to answer your questions and get back to you in a timely manner. Other than that, guys, keep kicking ass. Keep striving for, a better life for you, your family, your friends. And, there's a way to do that through the social media game as long as and it is a game. You got to learn the rules, play by the rules, and do it the right way. Appreciate all you guys. Have a good rest of your day.